We back like we never left. I'm Jerk Mook and I'm gonna be showing you how to fish slime. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be watching the video, breaking it down and showing you how to catch fish in slime, grass, algae. It's a time in the year, it's normally during the spring and summer where the algae blooms. Normally it covers up a lot of the pond. It's really difficult, especially if you're a reaction fisherman like me. So you have to drop the treble hook sometimes just to catch a bite. But the fish are there, they're just hanging out in the slime waiting for bait fish to mess around and find out. So what these bass do, they get into this algae and the bait fish should be using it for protection from the bass, hoping that the bass don't see them. So the bass will just sit in the algae and wait for a bait fish to stray away a little bit too far and they'll eat them. Like I said, this happens in the spring and summer. Summer it gets bad, I know that. Depending on your water clarity at your pond, depends on how bad it is. The clearer your pond, the worse the algae bloom is probably gonna be. A little bit dirtier, then you ain't really gotta worry about it too much. So algae is basically a plant. So what happens is, whenever you have a clear pond, the sunlight hits the bottom a lot more and it causes the plant to grow. So therefore, if you have a clear pond, what happens is you'll get a big algae bloom. So let's go over the baits I would throw if I was fishing algae or grass. So let's talk about these flukes. These flukes are golden brown and they are absolutely amazing. I think these are hands down one of the best fluke colors that I've thrown. They have bigger glitter than other flukes. And whenever you throw them, they just sparkle and dance and shine and look so good, man. And they get bit. It's becoming one of my favorite fluke colors. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna break down what my decision making was at that time and show you why I made the decisions and hopefully it'll help you out in the long run. So what I'm throwing is a topwater frog. And the way this works, you could throw it in a whole bunch of algae and it'll run right over it on the top of the surface. Or you could throw it in open water. So I decided to throw in open water for this one. A little jerk, and fish. You can throw a frog in the thick of the algae and a fish will come up from the top and hit it. Bass are opportunists, so anything that look appeasing to them, they will eat it.
Yeah, baby, we back. Ooh, nice little frog. I love to see it, baby. Yes, sir. Throw him back in.
So this is another frog video. See what I do, I want to keep it close to the bank, but I threw it
Another one.
a little bit outside the bank on an angle so I can catch this algae on the side of it.
This
You can't see it, but there's algae patches all over right now. So I'm just working it through the algae on the top of the algae, hoping to get a strike. I did.
Eat me?
But
Yes, sir.
yeah, frogs, you can work in the algae, outside the algae, bite it. Sometimes
Appreciate you, little buddy.
you know, pop it, and then pause, let it sit, let the ripples clear out, then continue to pop. Sometimes that can trigger a bite too. Right now I'm throwing a double jointed swim bait. If you can find any clear spot in the pond, you should be able to throw a treble hook bait. Just make sure it don't dive too deep. I try to keep this on a little bit closer to the surface or mid column of the pond, and hopefully it's strike. But I wouldn't throw this in any kind of like
Look at this. Ooh.
thick algae.
Wonderful day, man. A little small one. Surprised he ate that. Hey, I'll take it though. 6 cents, 5-inch trace and bluegill. Yeah, surprised he bit that.
So right now I'm throwing a soft swim bait. It's basically Texas rigged. So it'll go through thick algae, light algae. But I threw this in open water. It got some algae patches at the bottom. And once again, just swam it through that algae. I thought this was a huge fish. So this is a 6-inch sweep by 6 cents.
Little small one. Bro, you won't believe
a lot of people don't think small fish eat big baits, but these bass mouths are large enough to eat a big bluegill. I wouldn't say anything too big, but 6 inches, that's a light snack for a bass. But they call them largemouth bass for a reason, so that fish was probably like 2 pounds maybe. But yeah, absolutely ate it, choked it.
Yeah. So people say don't throw big swim baits, but it's a 2-pound bass, 6-inch bait, and ate it. So I appreciate you, my man. Go get your mama though.
So right here I'm using the fluke. I threw this on the outside of the edge. The reason why is because you can run a fluke through thick algae, but it's a little bit tricky. It don't really sink down. It'll get caught in the algae, so you throw it on the outside of the algae. It'll feel like you got a bite, so sometimes I gotta check to see if I have a fish or not. But yeah, it'll run through some algae as well and come out clean. Yeah, I would prefer to throw a fluke on the outside of the algae. You know, just give it a few twitches and get a fish. Little small guy. Lately, I've been thinking about switching to like bigger flukes for bigger fish because every time I throw regular size flukes, they get chumped up by small fishes. Occasionally, where I catch big fish, but not too often. So right here is algae filled everywhere. It got some patches here and there, but algae on both sides. Ran through the algae, hit a fish. This little guy was fat too. He was small but fat. Yeah, you can fish in hard grasses or algae and end up getting a strike from it.
Boy, this man been eating. Oh yeah. Appreciate you.
So I got a spinnerbait. I'm throwing this in open water, but you can throw it through grass, algae, whatever. It'll come out somewhat clean. See, what happens is when you throw a spinnerbait in algae, the blades get caught up, covered in algae basically, and it'll stop spinning. But it can run through grass and algae. You just flick it out, and it should be good. But I decided to throw this one in open water, just to resemble some a group of bait fish. Spinnerbaits are one of my favorite baits to throw. That the front of the spinnerbait is shaped like a weed guard, so very, very weedless. You can run it over almost anything, and it'll keep spinning and keep going.
Nice little small one.
So this fungus is called blotchy bass syndrome. The fish are safe to eat. I don't eat bass, but they are safe to eat if you do eat bass.
Well, yeah, put him back in the water. Appreciate you, little buddy. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.